Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where our good friend Bree is back, and we're going to talk about all things Bookish today and find out what you have going on, because you have a lot of fun summer activities. And then, because they know how to get to our hearts here, our friends from Charcuterie Delights. Okay, from Charcuterie Delights, Jackie and Michael are here, and they brought food, and we're going to make a charcuterie board.
That's so fun.
Yes. You can always bribe us here with food, guys, just so you know. It's a good thing.
I'll remember that next time.
Yeah, food is good. All right, well, I'll tell you what, we will be back in just a moment after this message and talk about some fun things going on at Bookish by Bree.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back, and we are going to talk about some fun things that you have going on at Bookish at Bree, or by Bree. I can't talk today.
It's okay.
How about you just take it over, and I'll just sit here. All right.
For just today.
I'm just waiting on charcuterie. So yeah.
We are going to do a summer bingo for adults and children.
Okay.
So I have the bingo cards that are headed to the store today, and you can pick them up through September 2nd. So I want them turned in by September 2nd. So it'll be a summer book bingo.
Like all summer.
All summer, yes. So you've got until about Labor Day to finish it up, turn it in. There will be prizes for an adult and a kid's prize. It'll be a $25 gift card to Bookish. So
Yay.
they'll get to come and spend their gift card. So a grand prize winner after everyone turns them in, and we'll announce after September 2nd. So
very fun.
Yeah.
And in case people don't know, tell us, I guess let's back up and talk about Bookish for a minute.
So Bookish is the new bookstore in town, and I say new, but I guess we've been there now since November. So I don't know how long I can say new, but
hey, listen, it's the newest bookstore we have in town.
Yeah, the one and only.
Yeah.
So we're located inside of Ellie Mills Mercantile, and like I said, we've been there since November. Open Tuesday through Saturday. So
yeah, and Ellie Mills, if you haven't been, you really need to check it out. And it is in, let's see, it's the old, if you're old like me, Stifler's store building.
Yes. Or the Clothing Castle. That's what I remember it by.
Okay, the Clothing Castle. Yeah, right across from kind of like Hummingbird Music and A.L. Terry Jewelers and all of that. And Ellie Mills is so cool because there's such a variety of vendors within that ginormous building.
We have a children's boutique and a women's boutique, and there's tons of antiques, and there's all kinds of things in there.
Yeah, I mean, something for everyone.
Yes, yeah.
People, things that people make, jewelry, art. Just if you haven't been in, please make it a point to stop in and check it out. So that is where you are.
Yes.
And you have the cutest store. It is so
Thank you.
Adorable. I just love it. You walk in, you're like, oh my God, this is so cute.
Yes. I don't know if you can tell, but purple's my favorite color.
Yes, I
got
gathered
the purple
that.
chairs. So I love it in there.
It is really, really a fun space. So tell us a little bit about the store. Like, what brought you to open the store?
So I was doing vendor events all over. I was down at Rose Valley Animal Farms. They always have a couple big ones. So I was all over the place just doing vendor events. And I started with the blind date with a book. So it's like your book is wrapped up and you get the little knickknacks.
Such a fun concept. Yeah.
So I started with that. And then just over time, I just thought, this is what I want to do. I'm the middle school librarian. I've always read books and it's just been my thing. So my ultimate goal was to open my own space, but like I said, I have a full-time job. So the goal was to get somewhere that could be like sustainable, but
Yes.
I didn't have to be there all the time. So that's where Ellie Mills came in when she was opening.
Perfect.
And it works out perfect that it's there. And Chris Miller is the owner of Ellie Mills,
Yes.
and we love her. And she takes care of everything. Everything's done through the cash register at Ellie Mills, so I get to go to my job, but then also have the bookstore.
Right.
So.
It's like the best of both worlds because you have your own spaces within Ellie Mills and your own stores.
Yes.
But there's somebody there, Chris is there all the time to kind of monitor. So you can go into your own, to all these different little stores within the building, but you're paying at one place, and Chris is there to help you out throughout your shopping experience.
Yep.
So
that's perfect.
That's really, really cool. And that gives you the opportunity, of course, to, be able to work your full-time job.
Yes.
So, because that's kind of important.
It really is.
All right. So at Bookish, so can people just come in? I mean, it's a bookstore, so people can just come in. Kind of what books, do you have a little bit of everything for everyone? Or?
I try to have, something that I can offer for everybody. We have a romance section, fantasy, a big children's selection. And I was telling her earlier, we are now approved to be a Lego vendor. So I'm really excited about the Legos.
That is so fun.
So the kids have really enjoyed that so far. And we've done some Lego and literacy events. And that has been a ton of fun. And, just something to offer the community. And that was my goal of having the bookstore. I just want the community to feel like they can come in and have a safe space to hang out and relax. And, I was talking about the purple chairs. So a mom, if you want to come in with your kid, there's a little kids nook that has some wooden toys and a little chair and cute little section that they can go and hang out while mom maybe has a coffee and looks around or whatever. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's all just intertwined, which is so cool there. But so you do have some events coming up, and I think that so tell us a little, number one, I have a question.
Okay.
What is the most popular genre that you see people, buying or asking for?
Without a doubt, romance.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
like, you're just, we girls, our summer beach reads, is that
Yes,
what?
100%, yes. Yeah, for sure.
My husband is like, we just got back from vacation, and he's like reading these financial, like,
oh no,
like learning something books. I'm like, you're an idiot. I'm reading, Danielle Steele and whatever, if she's still around, I don't know, but
she is. She just released one recently. Yeah, my grandma, that's her favorite. So I was gonna try to get one for her because but
I want like what was I reading? Is it Colleen Hoover? That's I was reading one of those.
Yeah, she's very popular.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to have to think too hard.
Right.
He's always like, so I've learned this today and learned this today. What have you learned? I'm like, not a thing. Other than so-and-so went on a date and there was some scandal in my book. But anyway.
Some drama.
There was a lot of drama going on. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But no, I was wondering about that.
Yeah,
like
definitely romance. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very cool. So you have all that there.
I do.
All right. Good. So if you need a good summer beach read, check out Bookish.
Yes.
And, okay, so tell us a little bit about how this bingo actually works.
So you'll come to Bookish, and we'll have them some back at the actual bookstore, and then some up at the counter too.
The
so
cards.
The bingo cards. Yes.
Okay.
So on the bingo cards, some of the things said like read by the pool, or I guess this would be the children's book thing, was telling them read by the pool, or read outside, or there were just different prompts telling them where to read.
Okay.
That's the children's one, and they will come and turn it in, and they'll also be entered for the $25 gift card.
Is it kind of like an honor system thing then?
Yes. So, yes, they will just mark it off.
Fun.
And yes. I trust them.
Yeah.
But the adult one is more like read an author you've never heard of, or read. So the adult is going to be reading an entire book and marking theirs off.
Okay.
Whereas a kid, their books are shorter and things. So I kind of made it a little bit different to accommodate for the kids,
Sure. In the shorter attention
in the shorter attention span, yes. So the adult, obviously with your free space, you would have 4 that you would have to complete.
Okay.
And then same with the kids, they would have 4, but
Very
not
good.
as intense.
Not quite as difficult.
And I suppose I never thought about it, but if you wanted to do a couple bingos, I mean, that could get you more chances entered in to win the gift card. That would be okay too. So, because like me, I'm going to read more than 4 books this summer,
Sure. So can we cheat a little bit and do and listen to books too? Or
Yes. I have always said, Bookish, we don't discriminate. Any kind of reader that you want to be. I know people use the Kindle and they don't like to have the book, in their hand. I personally like to hold it. But
I do too, but sometimes
people,
like when you're outside, especially if you're like at the beach or something,
right.
Sometimes it's hard to see with the sun and all that.
So and then the audio books, definitely, yes, that would count too. Yeah. Okay. And actually, now that you brought up the audio books, I'm glad you did. We have partnered with, it's called Libro.fm. And it's basically like Audible, but supports the local bookstores, the independent bookstore. So you get the same credits like you do on Audible. You pay so much, you get so many credits per month.
Okay.
But a little portion of your payment comes back to the bookstore. So I just signed up for this. It's probably been within the last 10 or 15 days that we've started that.
Okay.
So I have bookmarks at the store that you can pick up just for free that has the information on it about Libro.fm. I'm going to start doing some audiobook walks where we can listen and walk and just kind of bring the community together.
A good idea.
So we're going to start doing that soon too. But
because and honestly, the older I get, the harder it is for me to see too.
I know.
I'm like, some audiobooks are not cheating.
Nope.
As long as you're booking.
Yes.
That's
all we want you to do. Yeah.
Doing the book thing. All right, so you have the bingo, and let's talk about some of the Lego stuff that you have going on.
So Lego and literacy is the big one.
Okay.
So for Lego and literacy, we've had a couple so far. We've done a Minecraft one, but basically the kids signs up ahead of time. I try to keep them between like $20 and $30, but it depends on the cost of the actual Lego set.
Okay.
But the parent will sign up ahead of time, and then they're coming in, listening to a story. I provide a snack and a drink.
Again,
and then,
food.
Right,
See
the food.
how it works?
And then they get their Lego build. There are a couple we have partnered with, like the Minecraft one that I was talking about. We have a space one coming up that's actually full. I've got 12 little ones coming to do the space build. But we also partnered with Three Littles and a Cat, which is the children's boutique. Yes, and she is providing them with a t-shirt. So for $25 for the space one, they're getting the space build, their snack and drink, and then a t-shirt that has a spaceship on it. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Love that. See, you're all intertwining. This is so fun.
We
Your
are.
businesses
It
together.
is fun. Yes.
So tell me about this Lego thing, because I think it would be fun to build them, but once you build them, then what?
So the ones that I have done are the floral. They have Lego Botanical is the brand, and they are flowers. So I have like a floral boutique, and at my desk at work, I have the sunflowers that I've built, and just they're in a vase. And they're really cool. But my son, when he puts his together, he just has a shelf by his bed that he puts them in. And yeah.
Because it's like, I get it, but then it's like a puzzle.
What do you do with it? Yes. It is like a puzzle.
Over the winter, it sucked so bad. I bought this like beautiful tropical puzzle, and I worked on it all winter. And now it's done, and it's on my dining room table, and I'm like, now what? Because it took me forever to do it. I'm like,
yes. And confession, my son and I did a Snoopy one this winter, still on my kitchen counter.
Yeah.
Like we have the bar part, and it's just on the...
Yeah. It was so hard to put together. I don't
know.
want it.
I keep telling him we're going to get a frame for it, and we just haven't. But it's on my list of summer things to do.
And then, of course, one piece our corgi got hold of.
Oh, no.
So it's like I stuck it in there, but it's this poor little decrepit looking piece that I'm like,
that will drive you crazy, especially if it was framed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it might be for a good story. I don't know. Maybe we'll put a sticker
That's
over
true.
it.
Yeah.
Olive did that. But anyway. Well, very good. So what are some of the other fun things that you have going on?
Bookish also offers book clubs. The next one that we have is on June 20th, and the book is called The Berry Pickers. And I think maybe 2 more copies in the store, but also same with the audiobooks. If you would rather read that audiobook or you'd rather read it on your Kindle, you don't have to read it and buy it from Bookish in order to come. So,
okay.
Yeah, so we just get together at the store and sit around and talk about the book, and I usually have some questions and a snack, and lately we've all been going up to 6 cents after. I think the second, the 2 times in a row, we went up to 6 cents.
Fun.
And yeah, we sat outside last time.
Yeah.
So it's just really nice to come together and be with other people that like to read and talk about a book. So,
awesome.
Yeah, and we do that once a month. I don't have July's finished or the plan for it yet. I have the book. It's just finding the time.
Right. Do you find when people read books and you get together in these book clubs that people get different things from?
Yes.
You're like, I didn't think that at all.
And a lot of times we'll go around and rate the book and out of 5 stars, what did you rate it? And I will have loved the book, but then someone's 2 stars. And they have these reasons. Yes. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's really fun to see those different, perspectives. And so
I think it's just I don't know, it's just like anything else. People get different things out of it.
Yes.
So fun. Okay, so book club. Anything else you have going on? I mean, that's a lot.
It is a lot, but I have one more thing, and it's Harry Potter's birthday. So Harry Potter's birthday is July 31st. And my plan is with the bookstore, as long as I'm running it, to celebrate Harry Potter's birthday. So this year, I believe the 31st is a Thursday. So I know that might be hard for some people, but we are having the party from 12 to 6. So you can come in. We're going to have cupcakes and some different vendors that are having Harry Potter things to buy. And then I'll have some different Harry Potter stuff at the store. So 12 to 6 on July 31st, Harry Potter's birthday.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I am ashamed to say that I have never ever read a Harry Potter book, and I feel are they timeless?
They are, and you've got to listen to it. I recommend listening to it because when I first tried to read Harry Potter, I was in middle school, and it had just came out, and that shows how old I am. It was hard because the words, they're all these fantasy made up words, and that's just not my style. So if you listen to it, the reader is pronouncing those words, and it's oh, okay, this makes sense. But for me to sit there and look at some of those words, it was intimidating.
I got you.
So the guy that reads them is amazing, and he has all these different voices, and he even has the British accent and everything. But he does a very good job at reading them, so I would definitely listen to it.
Okay.
If that was something you were interested in, then you could say you'd listen to it, at least if you do the first one.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
I feel though it would be kind of addictive. I think once you
think so too.
Got into the first one, you'd be I have to know what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, very cool. Is there anything else you wanted to chat about today while you're here?
I don't think so. Okay. No, I don't think so.
Well, we always love when you stop by because you always have such fun things to talk about. And I know you're probably out for the summer, so taking a little break from school. That has to be nice.
But taking my own classes and I have booked myself this entire summer.
Yeah, you're supposed to be taking a break,
I know.
not killing yourself.
I missed that memo. I don't know.
I didn't get that memo.
Right.
Well, very good. Well, tell us once again, Bookish, tell us where you are, your hours, all of that for people that may have tuned in a little bit later.
So you can find Bookish at Ellie Mills Mercantile, located at 211 Broadway Street here in Jackson, across from, what's our jewelry store? I can't remember. A.L. Terry. We are straight across from A.L. Terry and down from the pub. I've been suggesting that people stop by the new coffee shop and then swing by Bookish because we're right there.
Yeah, right there on the corner.
But we are open Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday through Friday is 10 to 6, and Saturday is 10 to 4. So we'd love to see you there.
Please come in, and if you come into Ellie Mills, you'll walk all the way kind of through the store, and your space is more
right.
toward the back.
Toward the back.
And the right. So it goes on forever.
It does, and I've been
cool.
working in there. I've seen people like do a little lap around the front and not go into the back. So just keep going. There's tons of cool stuff if you keep on going. Yes. So
you can't go wrong.
No.
So, well, Bree, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, and you can always stick around and make charcuterie with us if you want. All right. Well, we will be back in just a moment, and Jackie and Michael are going to teach me, I think, how to make a charcuterie board. So that should be fun. We'll be right back.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
All right, and we are back with Jackie and Michael. Welcome. Hi. We're so happy to have you here. And tell us a little bit about Charcuterie Delights. Oh, and if you would, pull right up to the mic there so they can hear you.
Do you want to go and talk about it?
She says she's stuffy, so. But
just a little bit.
Welcome to Ohio.
I know.
Right?
The weather is awful.
Nah.
But me and Michael started doing charcuterie just like for family events.
Yeah. And you all are married.
We are married.
Yes. So they're a cute couple. Congratulations, by the way. Yes.
And then after doing it for a little bit for family, we kind of just started doing like Josie's events at Faith and Fitness, and then getting the words out a little bit.
Because you are sister of Josie.
I am. Everybody knows
Jackie and Josie. Yes.
Yes.
She's the little sister, the cute one that we all got to, we got to raise up.
Yes. And then the new coffee shop, Holy Grounds, asked us if we would like to sell our charcuterie in their business.
Oh, okay,
yes.
Cool.
And then that's kind of how we started doing like our charcuterie boxes, like the grab-and-go boxes, like the little itty-bitty ones.
Fun. Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. Well, because I know that they said something about grab-and-go, but I wasn't for sure what they were talking about when they said grab-and-go.
Yeah, it's more like little personal boxes.
Okay.
But we do like little personal boxes, and then we do all the way up to like grazing tables pretty much. So.
Okay, so here's the thing about charcuterie. Is my jam. And I could just literally eat charcuterie for my whole life.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
It is. Mm-hmm. And there's so much fun, and there's so many different things that you can do with it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
there's no right way to do anything. You just have fun with it.
You do have, and it's like so cool because it's like food art.
It is. It is. That's what we've always said it was.
Yeah.
Yes. You. It's just very creative.
And you don't. Sometimes you don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
But you have to because you want to eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I could eat it every single day.
Me too.
It's so good.
Like a little bit of wine and some charcuterie. I'm good. That's good for dinner.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Well, what are your favorite things to put on the boards?
Blueberry goat cheese. That's everybody's favorite thing to have on the board.
Okay.
Everybody loves it. Or a majority of the people love it.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about like the threes of everything?
Yeah, so there's a rule of threes with charcuterie. So you want to have like 3 meats, 3 cheeses, 3 types of like bread / crackers.
Okay.
And then 3 like add-ons, we call them like fillers. but just different things to kind of help highlight the flavors of the cheese and meat and stuff.
So that could be like grapes or jelly.
Yeah, some types
or
of fruits, jams,
nuts,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. And just depending, I guess, on kind of what you do as your base is what you do with the fillers and things,
Yes.
right?
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So tell us about where do you source all your stuff from?
We try to get some stuff local. With our meats, we like to try to go to Circle M to get meat from there. We do a lot of shopping at Aldi's.
Yeah.
They carry a lot of like unique items.
Yes, they do. Their cheeses and stuff are amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
wish we had one here. I really do.
I know.
Chillicothe and Athens.
Because
are
I
the
know,
two closest
and I think
ones.
Gallipolis has one too.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's like, but still, we have to travel to,
Yeah.
I know,
to
like
go
30
there.
plus minutes.
Yes.
It would be very nice if we had one here.
All right, Aldi people, get on it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yes. I think it's mainly just Aldi's and Circle M that we get stuff from.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have our secret jam
Yeah.
that we get from somewhere. Can't disclose where.
Oh, we could tell you, but we'd have to kill you.
That's about it. I think
Yeah.
everything else is from Aldi or Circle M typically.
So, a lot of people, and this is not knocking anyone, but there's a lot of people out there that I see, like on Facebook and whatever, that are making charcuterie boards for occasions, and maybe you're just making it for, like, how you started, just for family functions and stuff like that. So what do you do, or how do you, like, differentiate yourself from people? From others that, are doing the same thing? Like, how do you get more creative or do more interesting things?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Put them
You
on
have
the
any
spot.
answer for that?
The boxes, you don't really see, like, a lot of people that are just starting out don't typically do, like, grab-and-go boxes.
I agree with that. Like, that is
a lot of
so
it's-
true.
A lot of them are doing, like, boards and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think that's where the push from Holy Grounds kind of pushed us to trying to figure out how to do that as, like, a grab-and-go type deal instead of just
I love
setup.
that because, so here's the thing, like Jamie and I were just down in Florida, my husband and I, and so we went to a local supermarket. I can't remember what they are down there. And, we were in a hotel room, so we just had kind of a mini fridge, like a little bit bigger, but a mini fridge.
Right.
But we wanted to, because let's just be honest, and, hotel food is not cheap.
Yeah.
If you're eating at any of the restaurants at the hotel, it's costing you. So we're like, well, let's grab some things for like that we could snack on, or for lunch we could just grab. And if we'd have been able to grab something like that would fit in the mini fridge, that we could have had for lunch or whatever, that would have been perfect, because we were looking for something like that at the grocery, and they just had, big things or things that we could make our own board with, but like I wanted something that was already done that we could just throw in that fridge, that we could just grab, come in from the pool, grab, and then go back. So
Yeah.
I love what you're doing. That's perfect.
Yes. I think another thing, we always try to work with people's budgets. So if we have set prices and it might just not work within their means, we always try to work with them so they can still get a charcuterie board or something that they need for an event.
Okay.
So just kind of work with people's budgets a little bit more.
Yeah, because not everybody can afford, like, because you could really spend some money if you wanted to.
That's for sure. We definitely could.
Very good. And because depending on the meats and the cheeses and all that stuff that you pick out, it could get really wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could go all out.
So I think I asked you this, but what is your favorite, what's kind of your go-to for putting stuff? You talked about the goat cheese. So meat-wise, what do you find that people like the most?
I think spicy salami is probably
That's a
like one of
popular
the
one.
most popular. Your traditional, like, Genoa salamis and stuff like that. A lot of people go for
Pepperonis, maybe?
Pepperoni. We've recently also started doing prosciutto.
That's what I was going to
And a
ask,
lot-
if you
yep.
have that. I'm a
So a lot of
prosciutto
people-
fan.
Are you?
Love. If it's good, because the bad stuff tastes like wax.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is so sad. I don't want to eat this. But, well, so how do you, like put a charcuterie board together? Because they are art. Let's just be honest.
Honestly, I don't think there is any right or wrong way to put one together.
Okay.
I feel like you just kind of start throwing stuff on a board and...
Yeah. I was gonna say, we just kind of start going.
Yeah.
We typically do like meat roses on our boards. So we'll do, depending on how big the board is, 2 to 3. Even our small trays actually have a little small one.
Are you going to teach me how to make a meat rose today?
Yeah, we can.
Yes. I need that.
And we just kind of start putting stuff on there. We typically start with like the meats and the cheeses because those are kind of the main focus of charcuterie. And then we go through and add like our crackers later, and then add in all your fillers at the end. So
yeah, definitely.
Okay,
yeah,
very
like
good.
Building foundations.
You want to teach me some stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Bring it all out, Michael.
Yeah, Michael, bring it. Look at your cute little cooler that they brought.
5 Below.
5 Below.
5 Below. They
So
have
cute.
the best stuff.
Again, have to go all the way to Chillicothe for that, too.
I know. We brought a little bit of everything.
Oh, look at you. Okay, those are the cutest little things. Those are paper plates, but they look like they're wood.
They're like...
They're bamboo. Or palm leaf, I believe, is what they actually are.
Something crazy like that.
That is so cool. Love it. Man, you guys
We
did bring
brought a
the
whole
goods.
spread.
We brought everything that we usually put on a board. So a little bit of everything.
Can't show them that one.
That's the secret jam. We're not going to show that.
There's that and that.
Should be it.
And that should be it.
That should be it. Like we've got.
Should be it, as we have a whole grocery store on the table.
Yes.
So
Love
if you want
this.
to put on gloves, we can walk through it and do it together.
Okay.
There's you some.
Thanks. See, and look, they wear gloves.
We do
So
wear
you're
gloves.
safe. All right.
They're a little bit small.
I know my hands are a little...
Gloves are one of those things that, like underwear and toilet paper, that you should never have to buy, but you do anyway. I'm on a nobody should have to pay for toilet paper or underwear kick. Because it just seems like such a stupid thing to pay for.
It kind of does, don't it?
Yeah.
I never thought about
Especially
that.
toilet paper. But
I know. Should be free.
it should. Like the government spends so much money on stupid things, they should just pass out toilet paper. Anywho.
Get one of these out so we got something to set it on.
Okay, those are so neat.
Got these off of Amazon.
Amazon, of course you did, because, you know.
Amazon has everything.
They do have everything.
All right, let's set that down.
Okay.
Move this up to the side.
Look how cute these are. These little, like, banana leaf trays. And then they're disposable, right?
They
like
are
I assume.
disposable.
So, such a good idea. So they look like the real thing, but
They
they're...
do, but then
you can just toss it.
them. So much easier.
Yeah.
I think we forgot the
I think we
So there is a couple ways to make roses. For our trays,
I'm so excited about this.
we do smaller versions. So you'll actually take we take like 6 slices of meat.
Oh,
Let's see, I'll get you some.
that really is 6 slices of meat. You're pretty good at that.
It looks like a lot, don't it?
Yes, it
These ones are a little
does.
bigger than the ones we normally use, but. And then you're gonna kind of want to fan them out in a straight line.
Fan them in a... Okay.
Probably should have got the
Like how
toothpicks out
far
first.
apart do I fan them?
Just like this?
Just kind of like that, yeah.
A little bit more.
Okay.
See, he's more of the rose guy. I don't make many roses.
Okay. I've got mine fanned out.
And then once you have it fanned out, you'll actually just fold it right in half. So it'll kind
Okay.
of look something like that.
It's like a pepperoni taco.
And then you'll just take one side and then start rolling it on top of each other until you get to the end. And then you're left with a beautiful looking pepperoni rose.
Oh, this is not going to be pretty. I'm
got
rolling.
this. You got
I'm
this.
rolling. I'm doing it. Oh, yeah, mine's not. Why is mine not pretty?
It's pretty in its own way.
Nobody would buy this. Yours is, you guys are perfect and mine is not. My rose has a really tall middle.
That's okay.
What did I do wrong? You don't have to answer that. You can just tell me I suck.
Normally we use toothpicks. I think they're still packaged up. Otherwise, I would take
That's
them out.
fine.
Very good. Yeah.
And then we just kind of set the, like I said, we typically start with like meats
Oh,
and
look
cheeses
at how
first.
pretty you. Well, I'm putting mine in the corner. We'll put baby in the corner there. They're laughing at me.
No, I think
We're laughing with you. You were
Laughing
laughing.
with
You
me.
were laughing
beautiful.
about it.
Doesn't it look so pretty? Okay.
That's the beautiful thing is it doesn't have to look right. It's art, like you said. It's all interpretive.
So what is, okay, let me ask you this. What is the etiquette, though, of eating a pepperoni rose? Because, you know, obviously they're all kind of intertwined. So,
Yeah.
like, if you're at a party or something and you're like, ooh, I want a piece of pepperoni.
You just kind of get the
Tongs.
The
tongs
tongs.
and just shake it until you get a piece off.
Oh, okay.
So-
See, now you know.
Typically with our bigger ones, it's actually a little bit easier because it's not like wrapped on top of each other.
Okay.
We actually use like a cup and kind of layer it around. I don't know if you can show one of the pictures that we have.
Do you have pictures, Adrian? Yes, he says he does.
So like you can see
Oh my
kind of
gosh, look how
the big
pretty.
roses around. They're a little bit easier to get the meat off of because they're layered in a way that you can just take a piece off at a time.
Mm-hmm.
These are more like, we use those more for like the personal style boards.
Okay.
Because if you're touching it with your hands, you're going to be the one eating it. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
So gloves.
Yes. Okay, what do you want to do next?
Yeah, teach me something else.
Let's put some toothpicks in these.
Okay.
Open these up. We just kind of shove it through the middle, kind of to hold it together a little bit more.
Now you sit there and look pretty. I don't know if there's any hope of toothpick in mine.
There's hope. I believe in it. There's hope.
Oh. That's not the worst probably rose ever made. Pepperoni rose.
It has dimension to it.
There you go. See, it's just my take on what a rose should look like.
I agree with
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I would assume that, you know, we need to have some feng shui in here a little bit. So we're going to have like meat here. You're not going to put all the meat here and then
No,
the...
you kind of like scatter it all
Yeah.
throughout the board.
Okay.
Let's get some of the jam out.
The secret jam?
The secret
The
jam.
secret jam that we should have covered with
With like duct tape.
did we bring a spoon?
Yeah, let me take my glove off.
The secret jam.
I want to take it.
That's fine. We've got more.
And we're just gonna go with Jackie has gets the pretty hair award for the day. It's like the shiniest, prettiest hair.
Well, thank you.
Let's see if I can do this without making a complete mess.
Okay, we're dispersing the secret jam.
This jam, you could. We've
it
seen
with-
people eat it with a spoon. That's how good the jam is.
Do we want one or two?
I think we need two
We'll do two.
Okay.
because it's just so good.
How did you find said secret jam? Did you stumble upon it?
We honestly just found it, and the name sounded pretty
Interesting, so we bought
So
it.
we tried it, and then we're like, yeah, that's really good.
It's the jam.
Yeah.
Literally.
It is literally the jam.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so let me put my gloves back on. We kind of, I don't know. I tried to scatter the jam around the board.
Okay.
Usually we have like a big rose in the middle, but we could do do you want to cut the goat cheese or
Yeah, we
leave
can.
it? Okay.
Actually, let's leave it full because we don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Pete's here to do news, so we'll have to do an improvised board.
Maybe we could like scatter the roses through the middle.
Oh, now they're getting creative on me.
Put the jam like that.
Okay.
Do you want to cut up some cubes?
Yeah, sure. Everything else on there.
Have you tried the blueberry goat cheese
I have
before?
not, because I am admittedly not a goat cheese fan at all.
Really?
Yes, I will eat any stinky cheese in the world except for goat cheese. So
But-
you're gonna win me over with this.
I don't think this cheese has a super like goat cheese like flavor to it.
That
Okay.
does not.
It is
Because I
absolutely amazing.
admittedly. Hi, Pete.
Hi there.
We're making charcuterie.
Okay.
You guys can munch on it today.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
Can't get this open for the life of me.
It's because of the gloves.
It is because of the gloves. Those stupid gloves.
Oh, she got it.
I did. I'm getting there. Okay. Where do you think we should put it? Where do you want
Are we
it
gonna
at?
put it as a whole?
As a whole.
Okay, I think that we should put it like here.
Diagonal like
Yeah.
that? Okay.
I feel like we have a diagonal theme going on.
We kind of do, don't we?
Yeah. So we're gonna go with that.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a cute.
And you have the cute.
I hope your hands are all.
I know.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I have goat cheese everywhere. Where would you like cukes at?
Let's see. We have other cheeses, right? Like cheese
We do.
curds.
We have
we've got
cheese
cheese curds, and
curds.
we also have some other like regular.
Well, let's
cracker
put
stuff.
the
That's-
cucumbers here.
There. Do you want to do it?
Sure. Oh God.
Again, there's no wrong way to do it, so
Okay.
however it ends up on there is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Do you like that?
Okay.
We'll do some cheese after this one. If you want to do these.
Yeah. We get like long. We'll show you a trick with our long cheeses on how to cut them. Have you had these before?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they're so good.
They look good.
They're so good. Maybe we could put some like going this way.
Okay.
Where else do you want to put them? What are you feeling?
Let's do like here.
That way?
Yeah.
So,
Should I put these somewhere else?
wherever you're feeling it.
Feeling it. Okay. Here, let's even that out.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do two of each.
Show her how to cut them, like our trick.
So there's a few ways to
Okay,
cut the
so
cheese.
we're doing- yeah.
So these are just like long,
Long slices of
long
cheese.
cracker cut slices.
Yep.
There's a few different ways you can cut them. You can either cut them into squares and kind of put them on there like that, or recently we've been doing them in long triangles. So we've been
Ah, I
cutting
like that.
diagonally.
Or if you cut them into smaller squares,
I'll do a couple more.
you'll
I'll do a couple more.
cut those diagonally.
Okay. We're gonna put it in the corner because they're triangles. How's that? Am I supposed to put them this way?
You can kind of
Let's
like
do it that way.
yeah. You kind of just like play around with it
Okay.
until you just think it looks right.
All right.
Here, if you want to put some squares on there, and then I'll.
Let's just do the triangles.
Okay.
And we got about a couple minutes.
Couple
Okay.
minutes. Okay. We can make something work.
Okay. So then we make like things that look like
Oh, okay. They're like layered, fun
Yes.
layered things. Yeah.
right there.
There's one, and then we'll kind of wrap this up pretty quick. You don't have a
Yeah.
lot of
I
stuff
feel like it
left,
needs
so.
to go there. Okay. Yeah. Oh gosh, the berries have to go on this side because there's purple over there.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh, that would
I'll
freak
say
me out.
it's definitely a big game of balancing colors and textures and.
Yeah, we kind of just use like these as like filler.
Oh, uh-oh. Now there's a berry on. Berry down, berry down. Okay.
There you go.
We also like to include like a little sweet treat.
Adrian, think fast. Sorry. I totally bounced it off the monitor. I hope it didn't explode. My bad.
If it did, it's okay.
It was pretty hard berry, I think, so it's okay. Yeah, and these are cute little, what are they, salamis?
They're
Like
like
salami
bite-sized.
medallions.
Okay. Then we've got some cheese curds too, I see.
And some little jam-filled apricot raspberry crackers.
Could you open this up?
Yes. And we're just about to run out.
Okay, those are cute.
They are.
Little rings.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah. It's not the ugliest charcuterie board in the world, is it?
These
I
are
think
the best.
Should have seen our first
Those
one.
look great.
They are so good.
Did you say I should have seen our first one?
The first one we've ever made.
Going back and looking at pictures now,
You're like, oh.
what were we thinking?
That was sad.
Then we kind of just like use these also as
Like
a
a
little
little
bit of a filler.
Okay.
Normally we have nuts, but we did not
Okay.
bring them.
Yep. And then honestly, that is.
I think it looks beautiful. I think that we need some here. Yeah. I think it's pretty.
I think for our first charcuterie together, I think it looks awesome.
Look at us go. Wait, I wonder if I can do this. Oh, the cucumbers turned to bricks, but look how cute she is. And that's my poor little decrepit rose in the middle.
Oh, I didn't even
looks
think about that. I
beautiful.
forgot the cucumbers are
Very
green.
good. I need this cheese curd in my life, though.
Try it.
Oh, pretty good.
It is. But that's the basics.
Well,
of
thank you.
Charcuterie board.
So, what we've learned from this today is just do.
Yeah. Don't think about
You
it.
can always
Just
fix it
throw it
later.
on there.
Yeah.
That's right. And
People
just do
are
it. Don't be
gonna eat it.
intimidated.
No.
All this stuff tastes good.
Yes.
And it's going to be pretty regardless of what you put on it. So there's no rhyme or reason to it.
No.
You just do.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it.
How do people get a hold of you if they would like to have you make them a board, or also that I know you are at the new coffee shop.
Yes. So we have a Facebook, Charcuterie Delights. You can get a hold of us that way. Through Facebook. We have our email on there if you want to email us.
Okay. So your contacts are on Facebook and
Yep.
all that. Charcuterie Delights.
Yes.
Oh, Liv's put. Of course you did, Liv, because you always do. She put the information in our comments
Perfect.
section.
Thank
So-
you.
Well, this has been so fun, you guys, and Charcuterie Delights. And get hold of Jackie and Michael if you have maybe, I'm like wedding showers and weddings and baby showers and
Yeah.
all of these fun things, even like family get-togethers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We will
Or
als-
if you just want dinner.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Best
We'll also
dinner.
be set up at the sidewalk market today.
Sidewalk market?
Yes, we will be.
Awesome. That is
6 to
tonight.
9.
Yep.
Okay, very good. Well, guys, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in. This has been so fun. I've never made a charcuterie board before.
now you have.
Now I can say I have. Check that off the bucket list. All right, well, I'll tell you what, Pete Wilson is very patiently waiting in the wings, so we have a couple of messages, and then we'll be back with Pete.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
I gave your microphone back. Oh, we had a berry remnant there.
Okay, wow, that was sharp.
Did we do good or what?
These folks know what they're doing. It passes the looks test.
Oh.
Congratulations.
See, he says it's pretty.
Right.
Which flower do you think I did?
The one in the middle.
That would be a big fat yes.
Okay.
The one that does not look like a flower. Thank you, guys. All right, so Pete is here, and we are going to talk about news.
Right, and our main topic today is going to be an exciting topic, but one that's very topical this week in the city of Jackson, garbage.
I was going to say, I know exactly what this is going to be.
Right, garbage collection. It's very important to know this stuff if you are a city of Jackson garbage customer. There is the garbage container owned by the city of Jackson, which will be issued to each garbage customer in the city, commercial and residential.
Why aren't they red?
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe they would have cost more. I don't know. But that is it's hard to tell from a photo, but that is a huge can, 95 gallons.
Okay.
I am told that the typical garbage container is 20 or 30 gallons. So a lot of room in that. The customer gets one can, and a lot of customers already have them. When you get the can, that is the trigger that you're supposed to use it, and you go to the new plan. Now, this caught a lot of people off guard because they didn't know it was coming.
These things just appeared.
Right. The Facebook notice put out by the city was simultaneous with the collection or the distribution of the garbage cans. Okay, so there was a note on each garbage can. If you got it and you didn't see the message that was taped to it, you're really befuddled. All right. And you know, you're probably a little surprised even with that. But this is something that the city of Jackson City Council, at the request of the administration, recommendation of the administration, passed an ordinance way back in January, but took some time to set up. It was discussed at one meeting in March. I look back at my files. We had a story in there about, I even forgot about that, but the mayor was discussing the reasons for doing it, and they would be working on it. They've done some spot testing in certain parts of the city. But this models very closely what has been done in the city of Wellston several years ago.
Okay.
And what happens is
the great garbage caper.
Right. I'm going to go over the chief provisions of it. Real quickly. Okay. First of all, you don't use your own garbage cans anymore. You can only use the city issued garbage can only. It should be big enough to hold a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
If you need more garbage, you can ask for another can or even more than one can. That will cost you. But the first can that you're issued, it's not your can, but it's issued to you. You're responsible for it. You keep it for as long as you're, the tenant or the property owner at that premises. That will not cost you anything. That was one of the questions that kind of people were wondering, what's this going to cost me?
Yeah.
Well, I confirmed all this with Mayor Randy Evans in an interview yesterday. The commercial, or rather the residential garbage rate, not senior citizens, but the regular, most people pay is $18 a month. That is not going to change. It has not changed in the last 5 years, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
What will change is if you need a second can, and maybe some people probably will, large families, something like that. That will cost you $8 a month. You basically rent it. You just call the city utility office and they will bring you a second can and you start using it. You've got to put everything in the can, all your trash in the can. It's got to be in bags. You don't set out a second can that is yours. You can't do that. It has to be a city issued can. Everything has to be in a bag. Nothing can be loose. All right?
Okay.
And what happens is you've got to place it out on the street or next to the street or right on the curb within 3 feet of where the truck will come. All right.
How do you know where that is?
Well, you know, wherever you set it out now, if you set it out on the curb, it just has to be right on the curb or within 3 feet of the curb. If it's on the street or next to your driveway, the truck just has to be close enough to it because of the way it's supposed to work. And probably that's where you put your can now. The difference is on the collection method, instead of the man riding the back of the truck, there would still be a person doing that as far as I know. But what will happen is...
Or woman.
Yeah, or woman, possibly. That is also possible too. But the garbage collection person on the back of the truck will wheel the garbage can to the back of the packer truck where there is a tipper hydraulic mechanism.
Okay.
That tipper hydraulic mechanism, not an arm on the side, because there are trucks set up like this, but this hydraulic tipper will actually lift the garbage can, your 95-gallon garbage can, and then tip it into the packer. What that means is the garbage collection guy is just wheeling it over there. He is not lifting that huge can, nor is he having to touch any garbage that might happen, otherwise. So it's much safer for the employees. Randy Evans feels it will also be more efficient. He feels in the long run, or maybe in the short run, there'll be fewer pickups necessary because of this. Okay. So he is pushing back on some of the speculation that there is an additional cost here. He says there will not be. As a matter of fact, he makes this point. I'm just repeating what he had told me, and he put this partially on a follow-up Facebook post. He says, he told me that he feels the city's deal on garbage is a great deal. For $5 a week, if you break it down by week instead of month, they're for about $5 a week. They come and pick up your garbage in person.
Yeah.
They will take it all the way to the landfill, which is about 12 or 13 miles from Jackson, and then they will pay Rumpke to process or to dispose properly of the garbage. $5 a month. If you get that second can and it costs you $8 a month, that cost would be about $7 a week. So that is how he puts it.
What happens if your can gets damaged or broken?
There's something on that too, but there will be no increase in the $18 a week garbage rate, as of right now at least. Now there's things they can't control, what Rumpke charges them, that continues to go up. But anyway, you ask about the can, what happens there. If you have a lost or damaged can, you are responsible. You have to call the police department and say, someone stole my can, or it's missing, or a car ran over my can. It wasn't my fault.
You think about all the stuff that happens to garbage cans.
Right. Well, you got to call them, and they will replace it. It wasn't clear whether you'll have to pay for it, but you will definitely have to pay for it if you don't make a police report. If you don't make a police report and there's no can, they're not going to pick up your garbage because that's the rules. You got to have one of those cans. So you've got to call
garbage in city can.
Right. Got to call the police department.
Pretty easy.
Got to call the police department if you have a damaged can, and that can happen, and maybe over time. But I have one. I got one on Monday, as a matter of fact. Delivery of the cans. Randy Evans thought it would be completed this week. We talked with the third-party contractor that is delivering the cans, and they said they have through next week to do it. So it should be no later than next week. But when you get that can, and I've seen them in many places in the town, you've got to switch to the new system. So we'll have a detailed story in the paper Saturday. We'll put it online before then, a little bit more details than maybe have been put out. But when you get that can, read that note that is attached to it. It's not a piece of trash. It's not a solicitation. It is the procedures or whatever. And it is true, a lot of people did not know this was coming because there was really not advance word in the sense that, hey, we're doing this in a week, or we're doing this tomorrow, or we're doing this next month. So it did catch some people off guard. And, there was maybe some speculation and assumptions that may have seemed logical, but they're really not correct.
Yeah, stop reading social media.
Right. If you're
That's
going,
my number one
but if you
piece
need
of
the
advice.
second can, there is an additional cost.
Okay.
But that's your choice. You can see. Randy told me that he feels people will be surprised how much you can get in those.
Okay.
And you may not need the second can. I know at our household with just the 2 people and multiple cats, that is going to be more than enough. I can tell you that. And we usually put out 2 regular size cans.
Sure.
So All that is going on.
Scandalous.
All that is going on right now. Let me see if there's any other points that are important. Oh, here's another one about timing. Containers must be placed at the curb earlier than, not to be placed at the curb no earlier than 4 p.m. the day of the prior pickup. They do not want a can to set out alongside the road or the curb all week permanent like a yard sale, all right? Okay. Also, containers must be removed from the curb by 8 a.m. the following day.
Okay.
All right. But they are on wheels. You know, they can be heavy when they're filled up, but they're on wheels. You can tip them and roll them.
Okay.
You know, just like a wheelbarrow that's all full. You know, there's a lot in it, but the wheels make it possible for people to handle it. Let me see if there's something else I should tell you. All garbage created upon the premises of the householder or property owner must be placed in the container by the householder. What that means is they're not going to pick up any loose trash and put it in the garbage can for you. You know, that's up to you.
Be responsible.
Right. I know a lot of people may put some loose trash out before, like in a box or whatever. They got a little bit of a run over. That you can't do that anymore.
Okay.
Then they won't pick it up, or if they do, that's not my impression.
Yeah.
It has to be in that container. So that's a big thing for city garbage customers. Real quick, I'm going to tell you about some things that are time sensitive. I just talked with Rachel Tipton about the movies at Manpower.
Yes.
It's problematical. Depending on the phone that you have or the weather service that you follow, there is a chance of rain this afternoon. There's a chance of rain late tonight. It varies depending on where you look, and of course it keeps changing. For right now, they're on.
Okay.
But it is not up to the movies at Manpower organizers, Rachel, the city, anybody else. It's up to the company that is coming, I think from Columbus.
Sure, absolutely.
That has the screen and all. But they will they do not want to be out in the rain at all, right, because of their equipment or whatever.
That.
So
makes sense.
She told me that right now we're on, but they will let us all know, through social media, through the telegram and the radio and so forth, by 2 p.m. today. The decision will be made by 2 p.m. today. It's possible that the forecast won't be favorable, it'll be called off, and we'll have sunshine tonight, but that's just the way it is. But right now, we are on. And it is on the back end of course,
the sidewalk market.
The sidewalk market downtown, which looks like it's pretty big too. It is the Kindness Through Kidneys theme, and that will go. I think they kick off like at 6 p.m. and they go deep into the evening.
Yep.
Street vendors, food trucks, business specials, etc.
All kind of fun stuff.
Right. And let me see if there's something else I need to tell you, or it'll be too late. I think the rest of this I can probably tell you tomorrow. All right.
All right.
So don't be eating all the chartreuse board or whatever, because I need a little bit of time tomorrow.
Yeah, nope, that's all right, and we appreciate your patience while we were creating this masterpiece.
It is beautiful.
Isn't she pretty?
It is very nice, right? Adrian and Liv are going they won't need lunch.
No, that's exactly right. So, all right. Well, Pete, thank you so much for coming in. And, I love kind of dispelling some of these rumors that are going around about this trash can thing. I'm so tired of people arguing about it on social media. So
right. Well,
we just want you to know the facts.
Whenever there's a change, some people are going to be maybe uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
I guess you could say there's some positive and negatives with it if you're just looking for your own self-interest or whatever.
Sure.
But the city feels that in the long run, and in the short run for that matter, this will be a better thing. The main thing is the safety of the employees.
Absolutely.
That's what they're thinking of.
You got it. All right. Well, we appreciate you all tuning in this morning, and thank you for watching. And we will be back in the morning with more stuff and news. So have a great day, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.